Peace, peace. Welcome, all my ladies. Listen, ladies, I just wanted to hop on really quickly and say it is time to wake up. This is your girl, Desiree DYY, spiritual healing coach, just coming on to give you a wake up call. You know, something that I had realized this weekend was that our divine feminine energy is not dead. Ooh, zoomed in too much. It's not dead. It is not gone. It is not destroyed. It is not none of those things. It is simply sleeping. For a lot of you women, your divine feminine energy is just asleep, and it is time to wake her up. It is time to wake that part of yourselves up. Okay? I realized this just this past weekend for Father's Day. My immediate family and I, we went to the pool, and my mother was so nurturing, was so loving, was so caring. My mother was exhibiting an energy or a spirit of divine feminine energy that I hadn't seen from her like ever in my young child life. And seeing my mother be so nurturing, seeing her be so loving, seeing her be so intentional and intuitive with our children, her grandchildren, it helped me to realize that she always had this energy inside of her. Some of y'all know last Thursday when I went live, I had proposed the question, get this out of my view, this out of my view, right? Some of y'all know last Thursday when I went live, I had proposed the question, why is it that grandparents are so loving and so nurturing and so caring when it comes to those grandkids? Like, why is it that the parent we needed them to be, they were not, but now with their grandkids, they are just everything and more. They are giving all the love, all the attention, all the patience, everything. They're giving that. Why is that? And so that was the question that I had proposed on Thursday's live stream about the love languages. But as I spent the weekend with my mother, I got to really reflect on that question and come to understand why that is. And what I realized from my mother, what I realized for her is that the nurturing, the loving, the femininity, the patience, she always had it. It was just sleep. It was just in a deep slumber. And so I just want to come on here and tell the ladies right now, your feminine energy is not destroyed. It's not gone. It's not something that you don't have access to. It's not, distant. What it is it's asleep. Your femininity, your divine feminine essence is just asleep, and it is needing a wake-up call. It is needing to be awakened. It is needing to be enlivened. It is needing to really... Look, a flower just fell on me. That's what I'm talking about. Little pink flower just fell on me. I wish it would stay in my hair, but it's so tiny, right? So at the end of the day, our femininity, our divine feminine energy is not sleep. For a lot of you, it probably is sleep, right? Like, I was looking at my mom this weekend, looking at how she was playing with the kids, making them laugh. I'm going to post a short on here soon of y'all seeing my mother in her mid-50s, just really living her best life and having so much joy, having so much excitement, having so much peace. She's literally embodying divine feminine energy in the way that she is meant to, in the way that she was born to. But because it was asleep, it was in a deep slumber, thanks to survival mode, thanks to that fight or flight, thanks to being a single mother, the divine feminine energy that she always had inside of her was dormant. Okay? And so I think this is a different way of thinking about or observing ourselves as women in our divine feminine power. This is a different way of perceiving ourselves, knowing that the divine femininity is within us. And here's the thing: if your life is lacking fun, pleasure, deliciousness, love, sacredness, sensuality, sexuality, if your life is missing those things, then more than likely, right? More than likely, that divine feminine energy is asleep and it is needing to be awakened. It is needing to be turned on. It is needing to experience just the deliciousness of life. And I got to see that with my mother this weekend. Like, I got to see my mother so joyful, so happy, so abundant. So, I mean, she was just everything that I always knew that she could be, but she couldn't be based off of that time and that season in her life. And so, for all of you ladies, if you've been sleeping on yourself, if you have been lacking pleasure, deliciousness, sexiness, sensuality, sacred love, partnership, and just enjoyment, like decadence, if you've been missing that, I want to invite you to come to my workshop that is happening this weekend on Saturday. This Saturday, I am hosting a live free workshop called Awakening the Divine Feminine Energy Within for sacred love, right? For sacred love and for abundance, right? Because in my own life, I've been able to turn that light on. I've been able to turn that sexiness on. I've been able to turn that sweetness, that deliciousness, that divine flow on. And so for many women, for many of you, just like for my mother and just like for me just a few years ago, that energy was asleep, coiled up at the base of the spine. They call it the Shakti energy. You know, when Shakti is asleep, she's dormant at the base of our spine. She's not moving through our body. She's not magnetizing and attracting to us all the things that we desire. And so we're going through life in this perpetual state of fight or flight, feeling like we have to make things happen, feeling like we have to work hard for what it is that we desire, feeling like, you know, that we can't just be. And when I tell y'all, seeing my mother in the pool this past weekend, oh my God, I saw a woman that was just being. I saw a woman that was just so loved and adored by everybody. Like my mother. So it's me, it's Dream there, it's my brother, it's my stepfather there. My mother has everybody doing everything for her, right? My mother, we were sitting on the little lounge chairs at the pool, and my mother calls my brother out of the pool. She like, Chris, come fix this chair for me. Honey, he got up so quickly for my mom, adjusted her seat. She like, no, I want it a little bit further. She put in him to work so that she could be comfortable. That's divine feminine energy. The world and life in itself working for you, working on your behalf, showing up for you. My stepdad, he's sitting underneath the pergola. He's sitting underneath the pergola drinking and, you know, just enjoying himself. Here's my mom. Baby! He way over there. He is nowhere near her. She's saying, baby, bring me some wine. Bring me a cookie. Like whatever she wanted, whatever my mom wanted this past weekend, she was getting. And let me not just say her, me and her. Whatever we wanted, even though it was Father's Day. That's the crazy part. And the men would say it. They would mention it, but it didn't stop them from showing up for us. Right? They like, it's supposed to be Father's Day. Why I'm doing this and why I'm doing that? Why am I bringing y'all? Like literally, my stepfather literally brought me and my mom cups of wine while we're lounging by the pool, sitting there relaxing, right? Even though it is Father's Day, right? And so, you know, my mother, when I was growing up, she was very hard. Asking for help, asking for support, calling on somebody to do something for her. Never, right? Like, I don't remember, like my mom made sacrifices for me for sure, but just her laughter, her joy, her excitement, I didn't really see a lot of that. But now I see so much joy radiating from my mother, so much happiness radiating from her. And to me, that's just because she woke up that divine feminine energy, right? So I was thinking about this the other day where I was like, it's not even just the survival mode that she's no longer in, but she's allowed herself to soften up. She's allowed herself to take it easy. She's allowed herself to have fun. She's allowed herself to laugh. Regardless of what the physical circumstances of life are, we as women have to choose fun. We have to choose pleasure. We have to choose excitement. We have to choose pampering. Life is always going to be throwing stuff at us. Life is always going to say, oh, got to deal with this, got to deal with that. Your kids doing this, your family doing that, them bills are doing that. Like, that's just a part of the game of life. But I literally have been able to observe my mother go from fight, flight, and really she was all fight, right? Like, my mom was never no fawn, right? My mom was never really into flight, run away. My mom was like, fight, let's go. She going toe to toe with you. And even with us, her kids, right? Like, she was not taking no shit from us. She was just like, none of it, right? None of it. She ready to go. She ready to do whatever has to be done. But as I saw her with my kids this weekend, she jumping in the pool, she laughing, she going underwater. This is divine feminine energy. Literally. So, like, ladies, if you ain't having fun in your life, that divine feminine energy is probably asleep. If you are having pleasure, like just deliciousness that can come in so many ways and shapes and forms. Like, deliciousness to me is a great meal. Deliciousness to me is a great, good conversation. Deliciousness to me is just everything working out divinely, right? If those things aren't happening, then that divine feminine energy is probably asleep at the base of your spine. What we call the Shakti energy, the goddess energy, that feminine energy. And it's time to wake her up. It's time to say, knock, 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 like, wake up. It's time to ring the alarm, right? It's time to pour some water on yourself or it's time to do something to wake up and come back into your essence, come back into who you actually are. I think the power my mother possesses right now is like next level. It's next level. Like, she was powerful in her masculinity, but she's even more powerful now because life wants to give her whatever it is she desires. And that's the essence of being in your feminine bag. Like, when we're in our feminine bag, when we are loving ourselves, nurturing ourselves, when we are allowing flow and ease into our life says, okay, more things to be happy about, more things to be pleased with, more things to be excited about, more opportunities for you to be in your power and in your purpose. Like, that's just what it is. So again, all the ladies, I am teaching a live workshop, and this workshop is all about awakening the goddess. So we're going to be doing a lot of sexy things in this workshop, right? We're going to be leaning into our own sensuality and feeling that flow, feeling the Kalis inside of us, feeling that sexy, sacred sensualness that we are. Because once you feel it, you don't want to go back. You don't want to go back. Like, listen, my mama had her bathing suit on this weekend, honey. Her little cover up that she had on had a little hot slit up the leg. Honey, she laid back on that little chair. She had her wine, living her best life, living her best life. And I'm so grateful to her because she has been a beautiful case study in my own work. Like, in the work that I do is serving women, helping women to heal, consultations and coaching. She has been such a great observation. And I'll tell you, I like to think that I'm partly responsible for how my mother has bloomed so femininely, so beautifully. Like, you see our tree right here that got all of those flowers in it. I love it. I love all of those pink flowers. One actually flew on me I said, yes, I'm gonna put that in my hair, even though it's so tiny, but it's all good, right? Like, I feel like I'm partly responsible for that because over the years, I've just told my mom, let's set some boundaries. Let's say no. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's go get our hair done. Let's go get our nails done. Let's go get that massage, right? Let's trust that everything is working out. Let's let go of the need to control and just let life be. Let's just trust the process. Let's do something that is fun and exciting. Let's not overwork, right? Like, every time we're having holiday things show up in my family, I'm like, mama, what's the easiest, most efficient way that we could do this? Right? How can we get these men to put in some action? Like, well, what can we do? Because you got to understand, y'all, I'm the only girl. All I have is brothers. So me and my mom are the divine matriarchal anchors in our family. It's me and her, you know? One of my brothers has a wife. They're still together. They're still kicking it. They're still doing their thing. And she's beautiful. She's been a great addition. But for so long, it was just me, my mama, my grandma lived. Both of my grandmas live in other cities. They don't live nearby. So me and my mom have just been the anchors of femininity. But we were both programmed to be masculine. We were both programmed to be strong, unemotional, go-getters, athletes, work hard. But over this last few years, I would say over the last 10 years, 10 to 12 years, we've just worked at just being ourselves, being who we were called to be, and it's been such a gift. Okay, let me say hey to y'all really quickly, people that I know that are real people. Hey love, hey dream, hey Static Shock, hey Jay Muhammad, hey Cece, hey Iman, I love you too, sis. Yes, mama's been getting it. Hey Jaslyn. So ladies, I just want to say I hope to see y'all on Saturday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're only going to be in there for an hour. We're really doing rituals. I want you to leave that workshop feeling sexy. I want you to leave that workshop feeling activated. You will leave activated. You have no other option. You have no other option. Hey, the radiance of Quayla. Hey. So you have no other option but to leave that workshop activated, turned on, tuned in, sensual. Matter of fact, when y'all sign up, I'm gonna send y'all an email the day before with how you want to show up in the space. Like what to wear that's gonna activate that femininity. Let's have some good tea, some good herbal tea. Let's, set the mood with some good music. I'm automatically going to set the mood with some good music. So we're going to do all of those things to awaken and turn that energy on. Turn it all the way on. It's probably just sleep. If you're not having fun, if you're not feeling sexy, if you're not experiencing pleasure, if you're not feeling passionate, juicy, if you don't feel juicy about yourself, right? If you don't feel this wetness, this moisture, and I don't just mean in a sexual sense, even though that is important as well. I'm not just talking about in a sexual sense. I'm talking about life. I'm talking about, what's that girl saying? Make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like that, right? That's the energy. So I'm going to drop the link in the comments. I wish I could have just did it right here, but I don't know. So in the comments, I will drop the link. I don't really know I really got to figure out how to work YouTube better from my phone. Okay. So I'll drop the link in the comments for y'all to be able to join. I hope to see y'all there. Peace and love to all the family. Share this video with other women who are wanting to experience more sensuality, more sacredness, more sacred love. Send this to those women, because even them just hearing this small activation will turn something on inside of them, will wake something up inside of them. It's time. We got this. You can do this. It's not as hard as you think it is, okay? And I'm going to get all into that on Saturday. All right, see y'all soon. Peace.